To keep the edge from curling, we'll use a very interesting trick. So with the right side of the work facing you, bring the working yarn to the right side of the work and twist the left needle down a bit so that you see two lines of purls on the wrong side of the work. Then insert the tip of the right needle from back to front under the head of the stitch that is 2 rows below the first stitch on the left needle. It will be the first bump in the second row of purls. And then place the strand on the left needle. Do it purl-wise, that means we insert the left needle into the stitch from left to right. Then pick up the yarn, it could be your left hand or right hand, doesn't matter, and knit these two strands together as one stitch. And then do it again. Let go of the yarn, let it hang at the right side of the work. Then find that strand that is 2 rows below the first stitch on the left needle. Place that strand on the left needle and knit these 2 strands together as one stitch. Now that we have 2 stitches on the right needle, we can pass one over the other, just as we normally do when we bind off stitches. And then we do it again. The yarn is at the right, we look for the strand, place it on the left needle and knit these 2 stitches together and then bind off another stitch. And keep going until you bind off all stitches and you have just 1 stitch left on the right needle. Then cut the yarn, pass the tail through the stitch and pull tight to secure. As a result, you see that the fabric looks still like stockinette stitch on both sides of the work, but the texture of the top part of the fabric is different. The edge is thicker, and that's exactly what we need to keep the edge from curling. As you see, this swatch is not blocked, and the bottom edge curls like crazy, but the top edge, the bind-off edge, stays flat. It doesn't show any signs that it wants to curl up, and that's how this little trick tames the famous stockinette curl. The process is the same for binding off stitches of the projects worked back and forth and the ones worked in the round. And if you like the look of this edging, then feel free to use it to bind off stitches of projects worked in any stitch patterns, not just stockinette stitch. Just make sure that you work the last 2 rows or rounds of the project in stockinette stitch. To get the full tutorial about this method, go to 10rowsday.com/no-curl-bind-off. Happy knitting, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next tutorial.